Yeah. So I want to talk a little bit about just my life,
Mm-hmm.
make this a little bit more about me, but also
More about you.
more about me. Well, I want to get intimate.
Okay.
I want to have like a nice. So if you could just light a candle,
I was going to say,
perhaps.
is this the time when I get up and put the spotlight on you?
Yeah.
If you could put the spotlight on.
Put some Sade on.
We want to listen to Sade, please. Spencer,
Zachary.
Palmer Pod.
Palmer Pod.
This is our podcast.
Sure is.
It's mine and it's also yours.
Mine?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Toy Story?
No.
No.
Finding Nemo.
Mine,
Oh,
mine,
right.
mine.
Pixar ass.
Mine. Me, my childish ass.
Yeah.
My childish.
Mr. B, how are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Good.
We're good, man. We're not artificial intelligence, but we did just find out about some artificial intelligence, which we were told we can't share, but just know that Zach's editing journey is getting a whole lot easier.
A whole lot easier, and Zach is pumped.
I'm very happy about it because I was maybe not going to do it anymore.
Continue.
I was like, yo, we need an intern, but also it's very hard to get an intern
Yeah.
when you don't have an LLC and all of this, right?
I'm sure. I don't really know the ins and outs.
No, that's the thing about us.
I refuse to learn, so.
That's one thing about Spencer is he refuses to learn anything about this podcast.
Nope.
He tries to stay as much in the dark as he can.
No, I like to. No.
In the shadows.
I jest.
In the
I
shadows.
jest. I
Yeah.
jest.
You're in the shadows, dude, which is where you like you're a tall, lanky kind of guy, so
I create a lot of shadows.
you do.
Oh yeah.
But it looks good on you to be lurking in the shadows. I feel like if someone saw you lurking in the shadows, they wouldn't be worried at all.
No, they'd be like, that's where he should be.
Let's keep him over there.
His homeostasis is 100% right now.
Shadow lurking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. In the darkness. Brother Darkness, isn't that what they called you in high school?
Yeah, no, definitely. On the basketball court, Brother Darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
That's a tough one to say. Hey, brother Darkness, pass me the ball.
Yeah. Oh, me?
Young Brother Darkness, I
Me?
believe.
Sure.
YBD.
I never had a.
Young.
Yeah.
Okay.
Young Bulldog.
Sure. You never had a nickname?
I don't think I ever really had like a
did.
cool nickname.
The Ghost.
Yeah, I guess you're right. SP the Ghost. But
It's a good nickname.
yeah, you're right. I take it back.
It's better than my nickname.
ZP?
ZP.
It's your initials.
Two letters. My
Yeah.
initials.
And that probably stems from JP, honestly.
Oh yeah. No, it all stems from JP.
All comes trickling back and
which is
trickling
our
down.
father. If you are just tuning in for your first episode of Palmer Pod, which honestly, it's a little weird.
Yeah. Why this one?
This is a late episode. I don't even know what it is because I got a bunch in the chamber.
You saw Howard the Duck and you were like, yep,
I want in.
I need more.
Yep. And I'm not going back to the beginning. I'm not going to dig in the crates. I'm going to start right after the Howard the Duck episode, which technically there's like 3 episodes between this and that.
I know.
There is.
The release schedule is crazy.
The release schedule has not been the greatest, so like and subscribe because there's a lot of things coming.
Yes.
We're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, and we're a little behind schedule.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay, baby.
What are we going to do? I mean, what are you going to do? Like I said, I've just got some tricks of the trade that I will not be sharing unless you go to our Patreon and pay me for those tricks.
Do we have a Patreon?
No, we don't.
No.
Not yet, but that's a yet.
That's a yep.
You're eligible too. YET. We're eligible for a Patreon.
Very nice.
We could have one.
We could crowdsource that shit, baby.
$50 a week.
$50 a day.
That's how much we're charging.
$50 for every time you click on it.
That's it.
That's a lot,
60%
but okay.
of the time it works every time. So that's pretty good.
Anchorman.
Yeah, it's an Anchorman quote. God, we got to stop quoting Anchorman.
We simply must.
Just young white men or like middle-aged white men.
We love
You
Anchorman.
must
We
quote
love
Anchorman.
Superbad.
Yep.
We love Knocked Up.
These are things we love.
Grandma's boy.
Grandma's milk was a bad choice.
Milk was a bad choice.
Yeah.
Can you pull up the audio of the chair? So this is something that's important for our listeners and viewers is
You
that
want me to pull it up?
I would love you to pull it up. You can play it right to that speaker. So the chair needs WD-40. I don't know if you've been hearing this throughout the episodes, but I have a new chair now, where it's basically like I'm in an auditorium watching like a children's play.
I think we'll have to switch it up every week. Like you get that, like I'll get that chair next week. You know what I mean?
Look, that's a nice brother.
Because I had that chair, the folding chair last week, and now you have it, and then we could alternate.
Because here's what, Spencer, play the track that this basically sounds like the chair. What?
What if there's copyright on this?
No, I think we're good.
The intro is insane.
It's a great intro.
Yeah,
that's what the chair sounds like.
That was exactly 14 seconds, so I think we can get away with it.
Yeah.
I think that's like the copyright,
15-second
right?
cutoff.
I think
yeah.
so.
Yeah, we're good.
That was Some Cut by Trillville.
There you go. So you give them credit.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think that's all you need to do is just give them credit.
That's what the chair sounds like. So we got ixnated,
Yep.
and we're going back to straight up like auditorium, elementary school folding chairs with a little cushion. With a
Yep.
little cushion.
For the pushing, right? That's what they say. That's what they're all about, I believe.
Yeah.
Them. People who sit in chairs of this nature.
Yes.
It's a certain kind of person.
People who sit in chairs.
Like this.
What do you mean?
Well, there's some that sit in chairs, and then there's some that sit in chairs.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a little bit of a difference, maybe.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm confused. Quite frank.
So wait, I thought you were Spencer. You're gonna be quite frank now. You
That's
said
my name.
that's your nickname.
QF.
QF.
Quite frank.
We'll just call you Q. That's a pretty good nickname just by itself.
Q
Q.
is real good. Like
Q was a
schoolboy.
fire nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Q. What up, Q?
Like schoolboy Q. You feeling that album?
Yeah. What?
It's just me. You feeling it?
I am.
that album?
I am enjoying that album a lot. Blue
Yeah.
Lips.
Yeah.
Put out such a good record so late in your career. Not late in your career, but it probably came out in 2010, 2011. Then to put out an absolute really good banger of an album 13 years later, it's impressive.
Yeah. And it's like
It's hard to stay that
evolving.
relevant
Yeah.
in rap
Yeah.
for that long.
Yeah. Without completely. Well, when people do it and it's inauthentic too, it really doesn't work. But this is authentically him.
Yeah.
It's his vibe, but it's also changing and evolving. A lot of people keep the same vibe and that doesn't work. I don't know. I'm thinking of a backpack rapper from the late 90s. If you're still putting out backpack rap type stuff right now, nobody cares about it.
Yeah, I'm sure you have your fan base, but it's not gonna. I don't know. You won't be. I guess you'd be less in the cultural conversation if you're looking to do that. I suppose, but
Yeah.
I don't know. He's still pretty consistent though, keeping a lot of gangster rap themes, but putting an experimental twist on it, and then cutting that in with life lesson rap and where he's at now and how. Do you know he's a big golfer, Schoolboy Q?
That's interesting.
He loves
Yeah.
golf. Says it changed his life. Yep.
You guys don't play golf,
I
right?
don't get golf.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
I'm-
I do get it. I get it.
Right.
It looks very enjoyable.
It does.
The thought of just out on a nice 65-degree, 70-degree day,
You're outside.
walking up and down the
Beautiful
very,
outdoor nature.
objectively pretty.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Grass is green.
Grass is green. There's trees everywhere.
You're with the boys.
very
Yeah.
manicured.
Yes. Something about it.
agriculture.
It scratches an itch, but I just suck at golf.
Yeah.
And it's you have to be mentally strong or
And you're
tough.
just simply not.
And I just don't fall into that category.
Yeah. To me, golf is I don't want to if I'm going to spend my free time on the weekend to do something outside. I don't want to be frustrated because everyone that I know that plays golf is always oh, I played like shit. I missed it. They get all worked up over it. It's
yeah.
Is that really that fun? And do you know how long golf takes?
So long.
Yeah,
If you're
it's-
playing 18 holes,
Right.
3 hours.
Oh, at least
more.
Yeah, or more.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Depends if you have a cart
Yeah.
or if you're walking
Right.
it.
And if
I
you're
would want a cart. I
think
like the cart.
I think a lot of people that play golf, it's an excuse to get away from the ladies.
Misses.
It's are you really that sad and depressed in your life? You want to be away from your
Your-
your spouse?
More dude time.
Right.
Yeah, MDT.
Yeah, you need it.
Yeah.
You simply need it.
Yeah.
Well, there's no wrong with hanging out with the fellas.
No.
No, we hung out with the fellas Friday night.
We had a fella night.
Yo, shit was lit. It was
was
like
lit.
a dance party up in
We got in trouble.
yeah.
We got in trouble I live in an apartment complex currently. And I was
Whoa. Let's preface it. We're pretty sure it's
old
we're pretty sure it's
retirement community.
55 and older community. You somehow
snuck
snuck
in.
in.
Snuck in.
I snuck in. Well, I have gray hairs in my beard, so they didn't card me to see my exact age. No, there's younger
No, I
hip
know.
folks there.
We were just
We jest.
we were joking as we were walking in.
No, but like no lights are on, and you guys came over at like what 6:30 on a Friday,
Yep, give or take.
and by 8:15,
Place are shut down.
yeah, there's nothing going on. We're getting the ceiling stomped on like it was like a
It was
Right.
like that.
Well, I
yes.
think you have to back it up a little bit. We were listening to music.
we were.
what were we
It was
listening?
it was a mixture of some rap. There was some Shania Twain, some Sheryl Crow mixing. We were not by any means like it was not a house party. We were sitting around playing cards at a table.
four of us to be
Four.
clear,
We were talking at a very reasonable volume.
Sure.
like
And-
this, about
yep.
right around
Maybe
here.
a little louder. Maybe a little louder. You know what I
Maybe
mean?
Sometimes I might have been like, ah,
Yeah, exactly.
maybe even a little bit less, and then out of nowhere, shit just got wild,
Yeah, so the Zach's upstairs neighbor they slammed on
violently.
their floor, our ceiling.
yeah.
And I got nervous.
Yeah, we all got
Listen to the
nervous.
Scared me.
frenzy.
It was very abrasive.
Yeah,
I don't like loud noises.
and we weren't even thinking like our mindset wasn't like we're not partying right now. We're just hanging out,
Yeah.
Like, we
Play
did-
cards.
playing cards.
We'll be done soon.
Yeah, right.
Like, don't worry about it.
But we put the speaker up on top of the grandfather clock, which
But
man.
don't disparage it.
I'm gonna disparage the grandfather clock a little bit.
Okay, it's your
This was given to me by my great uncle Abner, rest in peace, a very long time ago. He lived into his 90s, I believe.
Mm-hmm. yeah.
He lived to be 99.
I don't have
Was
the
that
I don't
him?
have the stats on
I
that.
don't have his height, weight,
I don't have-
age of passing.
I don't have it.
All right.
We
well,
could say that he did, and who cares?
I think he lived to 99.
Perfect.
That's a guesstimate.
Yep.
He was old.
He was old.
He looked
confirmed old.
He looked old.
Also, his name is Abner.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
you're
say.
You're not going to
Is
meet a young
Abner?
Abner.
Yo, yeah. Oh, meet my newborn baby, Abner.
Abner.
No way.
Nope.
Abner.
Mo-
That name does not.
Most popular baby names like 1890.
Yeah,
Right.
Give or
exactly,
take.
dude.
Yeah.
So he made a grandfather clock for the Palmer family, and somehow, graciously, I have received this clock.
Yep.
And let's just say this about me: I'm a nomad.
You roam.
I roam, but not in a cool way. Like I don't have a cool hooked up van or anything like that. I just move every couple of years and get a new lease on life and also on an apartment,
Property. Yeah.
on property. And I have to
Lug
take this.
lug. You lug it.
Yeah.
That's the only way to carry.
You
this
lug
thing.
this fucker around.
You must drag it and lug it.
I hate this.
It has the huge. What are those called that are
Oh, yeah.
sit in the middle
Just
of
the
it?
weights.
like weights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big weights to
Like
to keep it going.
Cylindrical, like
brass.
brass weights.
And
Heavy as
they're
fuck.
heavy, right? So I'm always moving this clock.
That doesn't work. Also,
It does work if you wind it.
but you don't wind it.
And Dad, earmuffs,
You lost it.
I don't wind it. No, I just don't wind it. I don't wind. There's 2 clocks in my apartment that are not
Whoa.
digital.
Okay.
Clocks with an L. In my apartment that are digital, or not digital rather, and they're both wrong.
So they're wireless, correct?
They're wireless clocks.
It's a wireless clock.
Okay,
correct.
just making sure.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an inside joke.
Well, no, I
Wireless. No, we talked about
yeah,
it.
we talked about
I
it.
talked about categories.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Right.
So listeners know. The listeners are picking up on this one.
Yeah, we're good.
The watchers.
The watchers, they're watching you
Um,
on the wireless watch.
So that has nothing to do with anything other than that clock just drives me crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like giving me a chore to do. It's basically just a chore. Like the more things that you
It's
have,
a chore for me too.
well, you're
I
helping.
usually
me
help
move.
you move.
Yeah. And by the way, I need some help. Like come early
How's June looking for you?
early
Spence?
June. Yeah. And we
Yeah,
get
come
Larry.
on
June.
in, dude.
We can
Come
get
on
Larry
in.
June.
Come on back, brother.
Yeah. Let's move. Let's move again. So the speaker was on top of the clock though, and it was close to the
It
ceiling.
was probably loud, but it was scary. I got scared. Ooh.
But it was, you know what? Here's the thing. I know who's above me.
Yeah.
Here's why. Because they're the only people that have kids, and they have 2 kids, and they're always running around.
Yeah.
Early in the morning, these kids run around all day long. They must be training them up there for like a triathlon.
Yeah. Tough mutter.
Some shit like that, because they're constantly running around. You know what I do? I just live with it, because I live in an apartment building.
Yeah, and that's part of the like social contract.
Right. And I guess maybe quiet hours. I'm sure this place has quiet hours. Like every apartment complex has them, I think.
These weren't. They weren't there yet. It was 8:15.
8:15,
Yeah, no.
quiet hours.
We were
is
not in the
so
quiet hours.
Loud hours. We're in loud hours.
Yeah.
It's Friday night. You can be listening to music hours.
Yes. 100%.
We weren't even, again, 4 of us there. So
Maybe they just wanted us to change the song. They didn't like the song.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, they didn't like it. They weren't big. We were listening to a bunch of wild
Steely
shit.
Dan, Shania Twain,
Yeah,
Some Prince.
Prince,
we were listening to Prince.
There was some
What song?
Raspberry Beret
Raspberry Beret. I
Yep.
think I played
or Raspberry
Ride,
Parade.
maybe.
It was a wide mix of music, but it was not, like I said, it was not. There wasn't 40 people packed into
No.
a college apartment. Four
Four.
dudes, kind of just relaxing, hanging out.
Look in the description of this because I will be putting my address in there, and I will be giving details about a large house party that I will be throwing
Yep.
in honor of my upstairs neighbors.
It'll kick off at 8:15.
I'm gonna start it at 8:15.
Yes.
Correct.
Correct.
So guess what? By the time it gets loud, it's gonna be a little later than that.
Buckle up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Buttercup.
Bucko. Yeah, I think you're gonna call him Bucko.
No.
Either one, Buttercup or Bucko, both are acceptable.
Yeah. Oh, I would say so.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any rules. No rules, just right.
Yeah, we had a nice little time though.
What,
Yeah, we did.
What slogan is that? No rules, just right.
I don't know.
That Outback Steakhouse. Can you hit me with the no rules, just right? Can you pull that up for me?
You were singing a jingle yesterday, dude.
I know, and I can't. Yep. Okay. It is Outback Steakhouse. Yep. What was I? What was that?
The jingle?
It was one that I didn't know, dude, so I couldn't hang with you on it. Isn't that crazy how imprinted our brains are where we're just like 1-800-588-2300 Empire today. That's the one that comes to mind
No, I know.
all the time.
One of my college class.
I want to say Fresh Light Repair.
It was Fresh Light Repair you were singing.
or whatever.
Where was this?
Just where I was hanging out at the
Oh,
house, and he was
gotcha.
just singing freaking
Gotcha.
jingles, dude.
Yeah.
He's just a jingle box. It's like a jukebox full of jingles.
Box full of Django. Or no, was it Seth's band?
Oh, Box of Django?
Something
Seth
like-
had a band?
Yeah, like high school.
Oh, really? I don't remember that. Shout out to my cousin Seth and his band that I don't remember.
Big shout out.
Big shout out. Big shout
Big
out.
shout out.
Shouts out.
All right, so what else? Hey, Mr. B, you still got an emoji face? Or
Still got my emojis going on. Yeah, had a little dudes weekend. Hung out with you guys Friday night.
Nice.
Last night did a little whiskey tasting at my other buddy's house. It was fun. Just the fellas.
How did it taste?
Yeah, what does it taste like?
It was interesting. He had 4. The guy that coordinated it, like he went to a place and did his research, and so all the bottles were we didn't know what they were, and the theme was
Well, I bet I could tell you what they were.
probably
Whiskey.
They were all brown. They were all brown. So he wrapped up the bottles, and the theme was we had to guess: is it a new brand or an old brand? So like Jack Daniel's, that's an old brand.
So he would blindfold you, and then what? Was there like a feather? That he
Yep.
would,
So
like,
we were
lift
all
while you were
blindfolded.
drinking, or
So traditionally, when people drink whiskey, right, they smell it, they taste it, but this was all done via enema. So we were, yeah,
Oh.
this is all done.
yeah.
via-
So
Your
we, yep.
butthole had
So we had to smell it, taste it. You know, the how smooth it was, how it finished at the end. Did it have a linger? But it was all through the butthole, so it was interesting. Yep.
It's like a rectal tasting.
Yeah, it was different. It was definitely. I've never done it like that before, so yeah.
And that seems like a totally cool way to hang out with a bunch of your
Yep.
guy friends.
Well, actually, and so the crazy thing is, like, I'm friends with one guy there. And so, side note, when I got there, this was actually funny. I got there and I texted my buddy. I was like, yo, what door? He got a new house. And,
The back door.
right, so he's like, obviously the back door. I told you about this. But he didn't text me back. So I'm sitting there in the truck. It's pouring rain. I'm like, well, what the fuck? I don't want to just sit here anymore, right? So what do? I go knock on the door, front door. Because he's got a side door. And I was like, I think he does this thing in the garage, right? So I'm like, I'll go to the front door. Go to the front door. Some dude opens the door. I've never met him before, black dude. And I'm like, hey, what's going on, man? Here?
Yeah.
Oh, take his name out, but whatever. And he's like, oh, yeah, what's up, man? I'm so-and-so. I'm like, oh, good to meet you, you know?
Yeah.
And then I go downstairs, and, like, my boy didn't see me at first. And I'm like, oh, man, am I in the right house? Like,
Yeah. Might just had some strange.
right. It randomly just happens to be another guy named, G there. And so then they start laughing about it because I'm like, he's like, oh, what's up, dude? After like a minute or so, and then the guy's like, yeah, this guy, you could tell deer in headlight, black guy opens the door. He had no idea if he was at the right house. I was like, not gonna lie, I didn't think I was. I don't know. But anyways, yeah.
Greg
So
is Asian, right?
yeah, right, exactly. Hard.
No.
He's not. So yeah. Anyways, we did not take enema whiskey, but that would have been weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we just ranked them on.
We talked about that before. you could die from like shoving.
Hell yeah.
We talked about that, right? Yeah.
You could definitely.
Alcohol?
Yeah,
Yeah.
up your ass. Yeah.
No, for sure. Yeah. No, don't do that.
Yeah.
I missed that era.
Yeah.
That era I was not around for.
No, high school kids did like
Butt
there was
chugging.
butt chugging. There was a thing. There was a time that was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I missed it as well.
What a time to be alive.
Ugh.
WATTBA.
No, not a time.
Wow. A lot of acronyms.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you. That was a tough one. I don't know if you even got it right. I can't even do that kind of that quick thinking at this
did it right.
this moment.
No.
So all right. So a
Yes, we tasted some whiskey. It was good. It was fun.
yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, dude, I could never do that. When I was drinking, which
Yeah.
I don't do anymore,
Right.
I would not want to do that. I would just,
you
don't
would-
want to taste
I
the
would
whiskey.
do it, and then I would just keep doing it.
Yeah.
There would
Yeah.
be no like, I feel like there's a stop.
Right.
Those events typically,
Yep.
there would be no stop.
No.
You
But I don't want to, I really don't want to taste the whiskey. I just want to get it in me.
Right.
Right,
You want the effects.
You wanna you wanna
You want the effects
Yeah,
of the
exactly.
whiskey.
I did drink whiskey, and like probably that was,
And it probably wasn't good whiskey either.
no.
typically no.
Mid.
Yeah, exactly.
Mid or
Yeah.
less.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
maybe once in a while you get some Johnny Walker Blue, which I believe is a whiskey.
Yes.
And a high-end whiskey, which I mean, there's levels to this shit, dude. We're
Right.
talking just like that's a brand that most people know. I'm sure there's all types of off-brand or brands that,
Oh yeah.
yeah, prestigious brands that I'm just like not hip to.
It's like lower middle class, high end.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm glad I hit the point where like we had, it was all night. I probably had like one full drink, but it was for like 3 hours. You know what I mean? Like it was
Terrible.
right. But you guys know.
me.
it.
It's like edgy.
Right. For me, you guys know, like I'm not in.
Mooning.
Yeah, I'm
You're
not.
a normal guy.
Right. I'm not actively in recovery, but I'm also like not. I don't really drink anymore.
You don't have the substance abuse issue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's
no,
like,
you can do that. Yeah.
yeah, I can just turn it off, which is like you and I have talked about this. Some people just can't, and
Yeah.
it's interesting to me how people's brains are wired differently. You know.
Yeah, man. Well, disease too, like
Yeah.
alcoholism, disease, addiction,
Genetics.
disease, genetics,
All in there.
all the factors.
Just mental health. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, here we are.
Let's do a this or that.
Why don't we do this or that?
Here they come.
Do that.
Can we get into this or that?
Drinking whiskey or butt chugging whiskey?
That's not a real
That's a joke. That's
yeah,
a joke.
That's not a real one.
That's not a real one. It would be funny if it was.
It would be.
And I would say drinking whiskey because I've never butt chugged whiskey.
Well,
I can't.
that's why you gotta try new shit, man.
Yeah, but I can't say.
Didn't we say
I
that?
can't choose that as my choice if I've never done it.
That's true.
I'd feel like a hypocrite.
True.
I don't want to be a hypocrite.
There's worse things to be, but yeah, I agree.
True.
Don't want to be a hypocrite. Waffles or pancakes?
Oh, okay. Is this like a 3-2-1 situation?
No, I think we.
This or that. This or that.
I'm gonna go waffles.
I'm gonna go waffles too.
I prefer waffles.
Nice.
Pancakes are good, but they're almost too heavy. I feel like.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? And I feel like when you get waffles, you get like one waffle, and it's a little crispier, maybe a little more airy. Also, they have like the little pockets for the syrups.
Yep.
And the
Yep. Butter.
the fruit.
The accoutrement.
Yeah, exactly. To get
It's easier to gauge a waffle. Like pancakes, I never know how many fucking pancakes do you want? I have no idea.
they're always like different sizes, and like they're always like
Yeah.
sometimes you go to a place and get big old fuckers, and sometimes they're the little circle guys.
To make them all the same size, like, what am I, an architect?
Yeah,
you know
more
what I
like some
mean?
sort of- yeah.
Like, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
But pancakes are good. I mean, they're not bad. If you
yeah.
serve me up a pancakes like Prince,
I would go French toast before I go
Ooh.
pancakes. I
There
love
you go.
French toast.
French toast is a sleeper.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm into French toast as well.
So your list is waffles, French toast, pancakes.
probably. Yeah.
And that's what everyone wanted to know. That's why people are really listening, I
Yeah.
think,
Tuning in.
to get that
Yeah.
kind of
Our
information
breakfast
about you.
preferences. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, waffles.
All right, that was an easy one.
Yeah, I won't waffle on that at all.
If you had to pick, would you rather be the driver or the passenger?
Driver.
All day.
I just prefer to drive.
Yeah.
Because then you have like control of the music as well.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Which is important to me. I like to.
Ooh. So Friday night, our ride there and back, the music was not too.
I hated it.
Yeah.
It was the radio.
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Oh my god.
93.7 too. And I think it was.
3.7.
No way.
And I think it was like
the radio?
it was. We were driving Bobby's truck. I was driving Bobby's truck, and I think it was like 15 minutes from home. He was like, "Yo, did you put this radio station on?" And I'm like,
Bobby?
"Yeah." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Nah, dude. Like,
No,
this is your
not the
truck."
entire time.
Yeah. This
This
is.
is your
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taylor was a.
Yeah. My wife was in here, but yeah. That was funny.
Yeah.
Made me
Yeah,
chuck.
no, I don't. I guess, and also, I don't know. I just like driving. I enjoy driving.
I like
Like
driving.
when we drove down to North Carolina, I drove like a good amount,
Yeah.
considerable amount.
What were you on?
What do you mean?
What kind of drugs were you on when you drove down there?
No drugs.
You didn't know?
No.
Oh, when we recently went down there.
What are you talking about?
Oh, right. Well, we've been down there a bunch, and I've taken a plethora.
I've never taken drugs with you.
Oh, on the way down there?
No, I was on Adderall with a girlfriend at the time,
Oh, okay.
and I was just like, boom. I was like so fucking locked in.
Yeah, yeah.
We were playing the alphabet game while we were doing it.
Oh, and you were winning.
Well, it's it's
I
like
know, I know.
but I was just like getting
You're seeing it like
Yeah.
you were
Yes.
like seeing it
getting
through the
every letter.
matrix.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny.
Even when I drive, though, if I drive with you, I let you control the music because you have interesting music tastes. Like you'll put me onto some new stuff.
Maybe. Oh, do I?
I let you. What do you mean? I let you control the music yesterday in the
true,
car.
True. Do,
Yeah,
I
no,
don't necessarily always put you on stuff though, but I think I have a good.
You've put me onto many a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm a good music procurer.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
to make a playlist.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I enjoy
You
that.
seem like you actively seek out music in general, whether it's new music, old music.
It's become less and less.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we've
Just 'cause I'm
talked
getting
about, yeah.
older, and it's like I just want to listen to shit that like I know that I like and am like comfortable listening to, as
Yep.
opposed to like sometimes finding new shit and listening to new shit feels like work.
It is.
Right.
You know.
It is a little bit.
But yeah,
I know what you mean.
I do enjoy a new record from time to time.
Yeah, you do. All right, so drive. Yeah, we're both saying drive.
Both driving that taxi. All right, last one. Superpower. Would you rather be able to fly or breathe underwater?
Fly. The ocean scares the shit out of me.
Ooh,
Yeah, the ocean is terrifying.
it is kind of terrifying.
Yeah, yeah. Based on that, I'm gonna go ahead and say fly. Yeah, breathing underwater. I mean, you could find like some cool shit, but you're gonna like be compressed and die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah,
wouldn't
you
know.
can only go so far.
But if you could breathe underwater, you would just keep going, and you wouldn't know. Like, what do I have a pressure valve? I mean, I guess you
Right.
would get all the
I
equipment.
think you would start to feel the
like
pressure.
your brain's
though.
gonna pop.
Yeah, I think.
Then
so.
what if I was like, I'm a habitual line stepper, so I'm like, I want to go a little.
Then you
farther.
also have to like be careful how you go back up from such like low
Depths.
from the depths, because you get the bends. You know about the
Yeah,
bends?
I do know about the bends.
Yeah.
I don't know about the bend.
You go
It's
with
it's like your blood, like there's like bubbles get in your blood and shit. It's like horrible.
and it like
Right.
pops. It could pop your like.
Yeah, it fucks you up so
Yeah.
bad.
Oh, I don't like.
it's when you come up too fast. Like so, when you go down, you have to come up and like go. I don't know what it is, but like 30 feet and then stop.
But yo, flying, you could be the opposite where you're going too high.
Right.
True.
But I
What?
wouldn't, dude.
No, you wouldn't go like super high.
No.
No, why? I can't
no
breathe
way.
up there.
Yeah.
So
It's like
I guess.
it's like if you were in the ozone layer living there.
Yeah, God forbid.
Yeah,
Well,
God.
it's tough to find property there.
Yeah, it is. Sky high. There's not that. There's not that much out there. There's a shortage in the
It's
ozone.
getting gentrified.
Yep, exactly.
The ozone layer's getting.
Yo, and it's like
gentrified,
crazy,
dude? I
too.
think so.
Because there's a Dunkin' Donuts on every corner in the ozone layer.
There really is.
Like who's gonna drink coffee up there?
I know.
I at least put in one
Give me a
Starbucks.
Starbucks. Give me
A mom and pop.
sure. Can't think of another fucking coffee place.
No, I mean that's really what we're working with. Yeah,
Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons. Thank you.
yeah.
There we go.
Honey buns,
Honeydew.
honeydew, honeydew. Those buns look good.
The whole donut. What's that one in?
Oh yeah, the whole donut. It's like Simsbury.
There's a couple of them.
Yeah.
Never been. They seem lovely.
It's all right.
Well, this has gone really well so far.
What? We're
The,
chilling.
the lean back chair.
I'm talking about the chair.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I was just talking about the episode
Yeah.
in general. In general, for those who are speaking Spanish,
Yeah.
that's the Spanish that I'm bringing to the table today.
Well, thank you for bringing that.
Yeah. So I want to talk a little bit about just my life, make this a little bit more about me, but also
More about you.
more about me. Well, I want to get intimate. Okay. I want to have like a nice. So if you could just light a candle,
I was gonna
perhaps.
say, is this the time when I get up and put the spotlight on you?
Yeah.
If you could put the spotlight on.
Put some Sade on.
We want to listen to Sade, please. When I can't. Sade. Oh.
Oh man.
No,
Take
that's a
that
note-
spotlight
that's a note
off.
I can't hit.
Ooh.
I can't hit Sade
Ooh.
anymore.
Ooh.
Those days are done, right?
That was tough.
The dog days are over. Can't hit Sade anymore. So, as I alluded to, or I think straight up just said, I'm unemployed right now. It is very interesting. It's a very interesting time in my life because I have not been unemployed since I was like a little kid. I think I was saying that like I had a paper route when I was like 13 years old. Granted, I used to be drunk and high for it in the morning.
We're drunk in the morning. At
on
5
many-
in the morning
On many occasions because I'd be like
from the night previous.
from the night before. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, toward later on in my career as a paper boy, it got a little dicey for sure. So right now, you have to like follow this like protocol. So I've never had to do this before in my life.
Right.
I've never had to go in and like job search and like always had, especially in my adult life, paper route aside, I've always had after college. It was dicey for a while because of the way that I was living my life, and I was drinking and getting high for years. But once I found like recovery, I got a job as a teacher. I worked as a case manager for years, and then I ended up doing like work that combined those two things, which was like learning, training, and recovery. Those were all mixed together. So I've went from like job to job to job, and I've always had a job while I was getting the next job.
Right.
And this time, I did not like kind of plan for this. So it's a very interesting and humbling experience that the universe has provided me.
You got a lot of free time.
I got a lot of free time, and I still feel like I don't have enough time. Or I'm actually trying to slow myself down. So I've been going fast my whole life of like, do this, do that, be like loaded up, even though I'm working full time. Let's say I'm working 40 plus hours a week. Then I have these other tasks or side projects or artwork I'm working on, and I'm just kind of always running from thing to thing to thing. Whereas, like, I haven't been doing that.
Right. And
I would say that it's, to me, part of it is like I'm envious.
yeah, oh, absolutely.
Yeah, are you envious of me?
I would, for me personally, because like, I don't know, it's one of those things, you know, we all think about crazy stuff, right? Like, oh man, imagine if we just, I don't know, we won a couple $1 million and just say, I'm moving to wherever.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. It's like those hypotheticals, right? It's like, all right, what if I just took a year off from working for some reason, whatever reason? That'd be awesome. So you're kind of living that, but also you don't want to, well, maybe you do want to be unemployed, but you don't want to be unemployed, right? You want to be doing something every day where you're getting something out of it, whether it's money or just the job, the project, what you're doing. Because, I mean, sitting around's got to be somewhat boring.
Like a routine.
Right, routine.
Yeah,
I think that's what I'm trying to think. Yeah, routine.
So it's funny, though, because when I am working, when I have been working, like, what I think about of if I wasn't working, I'd be doing this, like,
Exactly.
grandiose thing.
Right.
Which
I'd
is
read
not
more-
the case.
Right.
No.
Right.
It's, like, not happening right now. And then
You're just kind of like killing time.
yeah, well, I mean, I have certain things I'm working on. I'm working on the podcast. I'm editing the podcast. But at the same time, like, I'm like, oh, I'll go to the gym, you know, but I'm not getting up super early to go because I don't have to get up super
Right,
early to go,
right.
which honestly, if I was to rate that practice, I would rate it low. Like, you probably should still get up early.
Yes.
Although, what I shared recently, my cat died, man.
Yeah.
I got a little sad by that.
Absolutely.
And that, like, you know, kind of threw a monkey wrench in my whole unemployment plan. So, yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's just a unique experience that I've never had due to my privilege, I guess, you know, like I've lived a privileged life. Yes, I've worked hard as well, but I mean, I've also, you know, given a lot of opportunities. Like,
Yeah.
I realize that. So I've been doing a lot of thinking about that as well, like of my place in the world and how I, you know, got here. So it's a lot of people utilize unemployment several times
Yeah.
and other like services like that. And I think, you know, that's why they're there. So it's also very like interesting to have to kind of like be humble yourself and be like, yep, I'm using this.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Not a, you know,
Right, and
Not a bad thing.
the bottom line is you're eventually going to find a job,
Yeah.
you know, and it's going to be like, I don't know, it's going to be a good period of your life. You're going to be like, all right, this is fun, you know, I'm getting a new job, but then you're going to go back at some point and be like, man, remember when I was unemployed? It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's not gonna be your dream job either. You know what I mean? Probably not, but it'll be something.
yeah. Well, you guys know me too, where I get like really abstract thinking when it comes to this stuff where I'm like, well, man, why do we have to work in general? And what's the, you know, genesis of why like we started to work? So like those thoughts although maybe valid in some ways, can also be just detrimental to me. You have to pay your rent, right?
Yeah, you
Right
do.
now I'm paying my rent.
Gotta eat.
I'm paying everything. Gotta eat. Ends gotta meet.
You don't have other like sources of income, really. You know what I mean? Like we do this shit, but
Well, I mean, this is making us very rich right now.
Right.
it is.
Well, we have to split it 2.5 ways, really.
Yeah.
3.5.
half.
3.5. I'm trying to give myself less than what you guys are.
Yeah, can you?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
And that's what I have been doing.
It's very generous of you.
That's very, in this hypothetical situation,
Thank
that's
you.
not real.
Yeah, you have to do something. You have to put fucking food on the table. So
Yeah.
that's just the bottom line. Like you have to work. We are forced to work.
And I think too, as we get older, like work becomes less and less important in our lives, but it's still a necessary evil,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Well, I definitely have tied my identity to it at times, and that's something I'm realizing now is like, who am I? I'm
Yeah.
this guy who's doing a podcast with his brother and Mr. B. That's like my main thing right now.
Gotcha.
Right? Like,
Right, yeah,
that's
yeah.
my main thing, dude. I'm not like professional this or that. Like I've always kind of been like, oh, I'm an educator. I'm a blah blah blah. Like it's just something that you carry around with you and you don't realize until you don't have it. But I think it's like also freeing to not have that.
Right. I also find, isn't it interesting too, like when you meet somebody, one of the first questions they ask you is, oh, what do you do?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Not like, hey, what are you into?
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, it's like interesting. And I don't know if it's just the United States, but like, it just seems like part of our culture to be very,
I feel like that is probably uniquely like an
right? It's got,
American thing. To
yeah, it's
like,
gotta
"Oh,
be."
What do you do? We're so focused on like
right.
productivity and working, as a cult. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this country specifically, I feel like Europeans are much more lax in that. They're just kind of like more leisure. They're more leisurely.
Yeah.
They do it because they have to.
Yeah.
They don't like tie as much to their like full identity.
Self-worth to it.
Yeah. Which is a realization that I'm having, but also it's like a healthy one to have, I guess, in the same way that
I've never tied my identity to my job. I should do it more. Should be more concerned about my job and what I do.
maybe not though. You know what I mean? Like maybe not, or maybe it's. I think personally, what my goal is, and I'll share this with you guys, is to find different ways to have income coming in that allows for me to like live
Yeah.
and do things that are more authentically me, which again is a privileged statement, man. Like there's not a lot of people that can just do that. Like I'm just want to say out loud, I realize that, because I have the ability to think like that and I've saved some money and worked these jobs and, you could bring it all the way back down to the education that I received or
Yeah.
like the support that I received from my family as a kid to get me to a point where now I can actually stand back and look and go, yeah, man, maybe college wasn't like the best pathway for like me to actually be myself as a human being.
Right.
But you kind of don't even know who the hell you are until I don't even know that necessarily I know right now.
It's a big decision. You know what I mean? So, like, what are you going to be when you grow up? What are you going to do? And you're like 18. You're like, I don't know. I guess I'll go to college. So that's what it
Totally.
felt like you have to do.
Yeah.
It's like either you get a job or you go to college. It's like, well, I don't know when I get a job because I don't know what I want to do.
Right.
Right.
And you go to college in hopes that, like, you'll have some epiphany. And not everyone has that.
No. And I would also say for you, like you're a creative too, which I think is inherently like unique in a good thing. A lot of people don't have that like creative gene or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To get those outlets out and do what you want to do versus like maybe, going to
Yeah.
college,
I almost feel like it's easier though for people who maybe don't have that in a sense.
maybe you're right.
It's
Yeah.
easier to at least fall into the mold of society.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
that could be part of it.
Yeah, I like have struggled with that time and time again. When I was young and like in college, like I was drinking during that time, so I was thinking about all this stuff while drinking, which is
Right.
not a
Not
good
good.
combo.
No.
Yeah, it's awful because you
Totally
just
skewed.
go to despair, of like
Yeah.
what the hell am I supposed to do? Like what's going on?
You also don't know. It prevents you from knowing yourself, too. So
Right.
knowing what you actually want to do. Because if you're constantly, like, chasing that feeling of feeling different, then you're not going to really know what you want to do when you're not that person.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. I was actually talking to someone recently that talked a little bit about their like current substance use.
Yeah.
And they were just saying like I feel like when I do this thing, it makes me more me,
Which is not true.
which is not necessarily true. No.
No.
It's giving you a version of what you think you want to be with all the bad that comes with it, you know, like all the negative effects
Yeah,
that
and
come
if
with it.
you're gonna want to feel more like you're gonna keep doing that thing, and it's gonna like tear you apart over time.
Technically, like it's an unrealistic version of who you want to be. Because
Yeah.
like I think we all want to be like, I want to feel good all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be able to like talk and have people be interested in me. And if
Yeah.
I tie that to like substance use, then I could speak from experience. Like I had that for years.
Yeah.
Probably from when, not from before I started drinking, which was like at 13, but like in my late 20s, or like mid to, I guess mid 20s, I just would be like, I can't function
Without this thing.
Without this thing.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just like physical, although like I was physically addicted to things. It was just the mental.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I'm not going to be able to be funny. I'm not going to be able to be comfortable or
Yeah.
carry a conversation. Any of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's our jaws.
Yeah.
We were
I got the jaws.
Picked it up. Yeah.
I did.
That's what we were doing yesterday when we were
playing cards with our mom.
Ooh, what'd you guys play?
Setback.
Oh,
Ooh.
dude, she kicked our ass,
We
bro.
got our ass kicked.
Yeah,
She
Oh my
blasted our
God.
asses, dude.
Fucking brutal.
three people,
Yeah.
each individual. Yeah.
And we draw.
Draw.
Okay.
It was like, ugh,
Draws are totally
it
different.
was horrible.
Every hand, she just kept smacking us around, and she'd throw like a great card and be like, mm-hmm.
Or when she would pick the suit and be like,
Like a suit that nobody had. Oh my God. Yeah, it was a great time.
I still can't believe we lost Friday night.
oh, I can.
We had such great cards, and then that last round, I had that 10, and the lead never came back to me.
But we didn't play like bad.
No.
Like, you know what I
No.
mean? Like,
The sets,
Well, you guys. Well, there's a couple times.
yeah, there was.
I'm just kidding.
no, I don't think we made any like overtly bad plays.
No.
I played with Brendan 20 years ago. We played cards this one time, and it still haunts me to this day. He does a 4-finger point at me once he
Right
gets
across the
assigned.
table.
Right across the table. He's talking to everyone else. We're partying. He goes, I always get stuck with the shitty partner. And I'm just sitting there like,
And you're the
hey, I'm the shitty partner. Yeah.
And I think.
It was me.
Oh no, it was 100%
I
you.
think like you fucked up.
Oh yeah, no, it was.
I
It was
think
like
that was the case. It
I
was
didn't
like
know
you,
how to
like,
play.
That's exactly what it was. It was the two people that we were playing with. I always played with them, but they always played together as teammates.
Right,
And
right.
I never had a consistent at
You,
that
you got
point.
scraps.
Right. And so here we are. We've been partying all day.
was
Right.
scraps.
Yeah. You were. Yeah. You were.
Zachy scrap up.
And I said, no offense, Z, but I always get stuck with a shitty partner.
You did say no offense. You said no offense twice, beginning and end.
Yeah, probably. But it was you had
Bookended
like
it.
Yeah.
it was like one of those things you were like, all right, so wait, we're scoring points on if I have the jack. You know, you're asking a question about it and like, oh, he still doesn't know how to fucking play, even though we've been playing for like
The
three or
jack is 1 point.
yeah, 3 or 4 rounds. So then he leads. I remember it. You lead with like the 7 or the 9, and then you had the jack. We just got smoked. It was like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
like,
you clearly didn't know, but also fucked up.
yeah, you done,
Yeah.
you done
No, I
fucked
didn't.
up.
I probably learned how to play that game like, 10 times in 5 years.
Yeah.
Right.
And never really like stuck because I never played any card game without substances.
No.
bro.
Yeah.
Were you at my dad's house that time when we were playing cards out
That
there?
dude walked in.
When that guy came in, Jack?
Yeah, I think so. In the greenhouse, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And like on like the patio.
Yes.
Yeah,
It was
I do
like an
remember.
outdoor little
Yeah,
like.
yeah. Screened in patio
Yo, so
porch.
this is kind of nuts.
Tell that story.
This is crazy, dude. So my dad, I don't remember where he was. Was he down south?
Yeah, he was away for a while.
He was away. I was watching his house. And now, to his defense, I didn't say that I was going to like sleep there, but I did sleep at his house once in a while. So my mom and dad lived in the same town, and they had houses, separate houses, which that's called divorce. If you're curious, they were divorced. And he leaves me the house key, and he's like, just watch the house. I'm not going to be around or whatever. So I take that as an opportunity to just like have a bunch of people over.
Yeah.
So the first night there, I have a bunch of people over. We're drinking. I'm sleeping in a bed upstairs because there's like these beds upstairs that are for no one. They're just like extra beds, as far as I know. And so we party. The next day, everyone comes over. We're smoking blunts on the porch and playing cards. And I turn around, and there's this guy standing in the doorway.
It's like a man.
Yeah.
A man, a full-on grown man, probably in his 50s, that I've never seen before in my life. So I look at him and go, hello.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
What
how
you
are
doing here?
Yeah, what's up, dude?
Why are you in the kitchen?
He goes, well, I stay here, I sleep here upstairs.
Yeah.
And so basically,
He's like, I'm Jack.
he's like, I'm Jack. I'm like, all right, Jack.
What up, Jack?
What's up, Jack? Like you just call somebody Jack.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, what's up,
Jack.
Jack? And he was like, yeah, looks like somebody slept in my bed upstairs. And I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? This is my father's house.
bed
First of all,
upstairs?
like, what
Yeah.
are you talking about? I was not notified that there was just some man there. So, yeah, I had sex in this guy's bed is the bottom line. Not with him in the bed. He wasn't in the bed, but I did, in fact, do that. So I had to, and I'm all drunk and high, dude.
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
you're all banged up.
oh, I can just be on a little bender here.
Right,
You
we
know,
can
like
just-
I
yeah.
got no. I
You
was in
have-
my 20s, but it was a place where I could just be.
It's a safe haven.
It was a safe house. I might still been in college, but it was like a weekend. I'm here for the weekend. Who the hell knows? I have no timeline on a lot of my life, to be completely honest. And yeah, so I had to do that, and then I had to get everyone out of there. So and this guy was in recovery at the time too. So we're just getting high and drinking, and this guy is trying to get his life together.
Yeah.
Sleeping upstairs in some bed.
Yeah, I remember there being
Father's house that I have no clue about.
tension because he was upset that somebody had been in his air quotes room.
Sure, dude.
Yeah.
I've seen Goldilocks and
Yeah.
read about this.
I'm sure Dad didn't prep him like, hey, my son might come over and
Yeah, just be a fucking maniac. Have
be
sex in your bed.
yeah, that might happen.
My son might be over. He's probably,
He might
gonna.
fuck in your bed, whatever. Don't worry about it.
There might be some bodily fluids he leaves
Yeah,
behind,
that'd be
but
cool.
it's totally, it's normal.
Yeah.
That's something he likes to do.
No, he wasn't giving the heads up on that.
We definitely not fed you to the wolves, but we were like, all right, dude, this is you. We're not getting involved in this.
Everyone
I'm not
left.
doing- oh, yeah.
Everyone left. It was a shutdown. It ruined my high.
Vibe killer.
Oh
It was
yeah.
Jack, you're a vibe killer.
Yeah, Jack,
I've
if you're
ever
out there,
seen.
you're a vibe killer.
Piece of shit trying to get your life together.
Yeah, what do you think this is, dude? I'm trying to party.
I'm trying to party.
I'm trying to have a good time.
But we weren't even partying at that time. It was the afternoon. We were just hanging out playing cards.
We were smoking some weed.
Yeah, it was
you
4 of us just
at the
chilling.
time. I probably had some music on or something.
Oh yeah, we
I
definitely had
don't
some
know.
music on. We're playing cards.
Yeah. So
Not gonna have music though.
Yeah,
So that's a wild thing, man. That was
That-
a
that
wild
was
thing.
wild.
That was
Guess
wild.
what? Alert me next time.
Yeah.
But that will never happen again.
No.
That will never happen again because I haven't. So just recently, I haven't drank in 13 years. We just hit that milestone, which is not. It's a day at a time, is how that goes, And I some bad things happened in my life back 13 years ago, or continued to happen in my life, I should say.
Yeah.
It was just
It all led up to it.
yeah, it was a build to coming to the realization that type of lifestyle was just not working for me.
Not sustainable.
Yeah, it was not sustainable, and I don't know. We were talking before, and we were reminiscing about some of that. So that was one of the things.
That was a good one.
What the Jack?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Yo, I think there's somebody in your kitchen.
What the
Dude, what
fuck?
is this guy up to, dude? What are you doing in there? There was Uncle Arnie. So
Same.
my dad had a friend, Uncle Arnie, who was not my uncle. I want to go on record. He's not my uncle.
No blood passed.
So he was probably he was a large gentleman who definitely played football.
He
Definitely.
loved football.
He loved
glory
football,
days.
and he loved going
ball.
4th and 1.
He definitely went for it on 4th down every time.
Every time.
4th and 1, going for it. We would rake leaves, at my dad's house, and this dude, Uncle Arnie, would come and he'd want to get down in a stance,
Yeah.
like we were lining up at the line of scrimmage, and just go down. And at the time I was I don't know, 160 pounds soaking wet. And I know how heavy he was because he would. You know how heavy he was?
I believe he was 240.
240, Uncle Arnie, 240. I'm gonna take you down. So this is and he'd be guy loved a day drink, right? So, this was
Like a night drink too.
Yeah, he's just a drink. He just likes a drink.
I
Yeah.
imagine.
a morning drink, not just a midday drink. This guy did not discriminate on
No.
when he would drink.
No.
He would drink at all times.
No.
Which is admirable.
Right.
We could have called him
Admiral Arnie.
Admiral Arnie, dude. We could have called him Admiral
Admiral.
Arnie. The Admiral. So there's one day, so I'm just thinking back some of my influences, right? And there was one day where me and a friend were going to go play basketball, and we pulled up because the court was near my dad's house, and Arnie happened to be in the driveway. And what did he have in his trunk?
Cylinders.
He had a bunch of cylinders.
In a cooler.
In a cooler, which if you don't know what a cylinder is, it's a Budweiser heavy.
It's a Bud Heavy.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, so he had a cooler of ice with Bud Heavies in it.
Grab him from the bottom.
And he made us what, chug
Chug, yeah.
a Budweiser, and we're like, no, dude.
Yeah.
Like I want
wasn't there,
we're
but
going to play basketball.
yeah.
And he's like, you gotta chug pound one of these cylinders with your Uncle Arnie. So it was like 11 o'clock on a Saturday or a Sunday.
Yeah, you're trying to just go shoot hoops.
Yeah, I was probably 20 years old. We're just chugging beers with Uncle Arnie.
And he's doing the same 4th and 1. Like
Going
to me,
4th and 1.
I've never met this guy before, and he's just
He's
like,
ready to go fourth.
oh,
and one with
four,
you.
I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, I'm not going
And he would
fucking
get
fourth.
down in that stance,
Yeah.
dude. And I'd be like, dude, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to go 4th and 1 with you. Like,
I don't know you.
yeah.
Yeah.
If anything, like, if for football, first of all, not a football player.
Nope.
But if I was,
Yeah.
I would not be somebody who's on the fucking the line.
No. Also,
I'm not a lineman.
What happened to the first fucking 3 downs?
Yeah,
Yeah. Why are we already at fourth
Go
one
first
all of
and
a
10,
sudden?
dude.
exactly.
Yeah, let's start 1st and 10 and let's go past like a passing
Do a
route.
little play
Or hey,
action.
Yeah.
hey, Uncle Arnie, I'm on your team. I'm not going for it. I'm on your
Yeah.
side.
I'm definitely not.
Why are we opposing forces?
I'm not
Yeah.
lined up against Uncle Arnie.
There's no need for us
He's
to be
gonna pancake
opposing.
the shit out of you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. And I'm sure he did that to a lot of gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
It's funny. Fucking Uncle Arnie, man, that was funny. That was a funny day.
Insane.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
where we. That's where we come from.
Yeah, that's the kind of those are the kind of people
We met.
we like to keep around.
We-
like,
I'm trying. I'm trying to think if you gave us a heads. I think you did. You're like, yo, I think my uncle's gonna be here, but he's not my uncle. I can't remember that part of it because it was wild when we got in there. I was like, holy shit, it's exactly what he said it was gonna
Yeah,
be.
yeah. No, that guy, he was around a lot. Very fun. So speaking of football too, just some other recent.
We're regaling you of Zach's
Yeah, football years.
stories.
These are all football related stories, though.
Yeah.
It is. That's
Technically,
what I mean.
Uncle Arnie's
Yeah.
football related.
Absolutely.
So wait, maybe we're figuring some shit out here. Maybe you're, the drinking and everything. It's just
It all stems from football
yeah.
trauma.
Maybe you got CTE in your head from all your
Maybe you
football
had
days.
CTE.
From going 4th and 1. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, in college, I was the kind of guy who would
I'm the kind of guy
who likes to.
get
Do
thrown
what?
downstairs
After drinking too many crispy boys.
after insulting the football team.
So there was
Not a player of the team.
the college party spot was like the football house,
Mm-hmm.
and they had this is in New Haven, Connecticut, and they had I don't know, just a whole like plot of houses that they had, and all the team lived in there for the most part. So I would frequent that spot. A couple of my friends were like freshmen on the football team, so we would get the in on going to those parties or whatever. And there were, I would get very loose, and this is a reason potentially, or at least an early reason. I have plenty of them, plenty of reasons why I shouldn't drink. But I was day drinking, which I learned from Uncle Arnie.
Yep.
I was day drinking at one of these establishments, and then day turns to night.
It does.
Day turns to night.
Uncle already taught you, like, hey, you don't have to start at 5 o'clock. You
Oh
can
yeah.
start a
Oh
little
dude, it's noon. You can get in here.
You're good.
These are
10
life lessons that
Yeah.
I'll never forget. Right?
Important shit you got to learn.
10 a.m. could be frowned upon, but
Yeah, dude. But if you're,
there's a time and a place.
if you're a frowner, you're pretty much a downer.
Yeah.
Because I
frowners
like
and
to
downers.
party.
Yeah.
I like to party. So I'm over there. Day turns to night. I'm pretty drunk. I'm a guy who likes to, it just, I go into a blackout.
Yes.
I blackout drink when I drink, which again, it's been a while.
It's been a while since I first saw you.
We're going full stained.
You going
bitch.
all the way stained? Yeah. And I'm sure my clothes were blood stained
Oh,
at this point.
Yes.
So
You had stains on that shirt.
at the end of this night, so I'm in the living room of this house, and I'm freestyle rapping, which is something I like to do once I would get into a blackout. Freestyle rapping in the kitchen. This guy comes in.
I hate the freestyle rap. I used to hate that shit so much.
It was a lot.
Oh
It was all the time.
It was
Too
aggressive.
much. It was aggressive, I'm sure. Yeah. A lot of anger with my
A
drinking.
lot of angst.
A lot of angst and anger. So I'm drinking in there, and I'm rapping now, and I'm freestyling. This guy comes in, and I look up, and he's with some girl. So I start talking about him. Now he happens to be the backup quarterback for the football team of the college I went to, and and I said something about him. I said something about his girlfriend. That's like a rough memory.
Yeah.
So then this guy pushes me because I'm in his friend, like this is his friend group.
Yeah.
They just let me in because I'm kooky and I'm a wild boy, a wild card. Do I have drugs on me? I don't know. Probably.
Yes,
You know what I'm
probably.
saying? So I always like weaseled my way into these situations. Now this guy pushes me and I go down. And it was like kind of like a movie. So like I didn't fall, but like, you know, you get pushed, you get how would you describe
What?
it?
You
I don't know, you
knocked-
get pushed.
You got knocked
I
back.
basically
Shoved?
I got shoved.
Yeah.
And I'm like looking at my fist. You know, I'm turned around from this guy and I'm looking at my fist. So I decided to just come up
Cock
and
one.
punch this dude in the face.
Cock back.
Now I don't know how good the punch was, but I then know that everybody in that house picked me up, all 5'8" of me, and literally threw me down like 4 to 5 steps.
Ugh.
Cement steps
Oh.
on the front of this house, and just
Yeah. They dispatched you.
they
with
got
ease.
rid of me.
Yeah, yeah.
They got rid of me.
They had enough of the fun, wacky guy.
Yeah. Well, no, the fun wacky guy cocked back and punched
He
somebody in
threw
the
a
face.
punch, yeah.
Yeah, you're done. So these are all things that I like to remember
Mm-hmm.
about my upbringing, so that I don't repeat.
Repeat. Yes.
Yeah.
So the question is, did you ever go back to that place?
All the time.
Okay.
Really?
Oh yeah, for years to come.
And they let
That
you
was
back
my
in?
freshman year. Yeah.
Oh.
So some of those people like left, but like I eventually, you know, maybe not that kid. I don't remember ever seeing that kid again. But I was allowed in all of those places. I don't think I ever got banned from any of those
for you.
places. Yeah. No, I was
Like
wily,
maybe you'd
dude.
be on like the wall, like
Yeah.
the do not allow back in list.
I wonder, yeah, does that say more about you or does that say more about the football team? Were they just like, hey, you know what? You can come back and we welcome you.
I had a friend, and I think we like mended it somehow.
Yeah, yeah.
Over a blunt, like we were discussing. I might have brought some weed or some, you know, like
Yeah.
some kind of
A
peace,
offering.
yeah, I was going to say a peace offering.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I mean, it's fuzzy, but I could tell you for a fact that I partied in that same lot
Yeah.
for 3 years to come. Like that was definitely no, it might have been my sophomore year. Yeah, it was probably my sophomore year. It's a little hazy.
It's a little hey. You ever see that tweet? It's like, all right, it's like, I don't want to go out drinking with you because after every you know, you have 2 beers and you start freestyle rapping about Patrick Swayze, and he's like, no, I won't do it. And then it's like cut
Yeah.
to like after 2 beers, it's like, y'all, it's getting kind of hazy.
That's funny.
It's coming,
Yeah, it will be there. Like a ghost like Patrick Swayze.
coming.
Yeah, it's going to be there.
And that's why you don't like to get blackout
That's
drunk
why.
anymore.
Yeah,
That's
I
a good
mean,
reason.
it just that would always happen. So these are just some fond memories I have around this time of year.
Yeah.
That you know kind of put things into perspective. You know, because it's easy to forget kind of where you came from, and if you do that, you know, it's like history
Repeats itself.
itself. You know, those who do not learn history are
Doomed.
to repeat it.
They're doomed.
Yeah. Oh, the Doom hood. I got a Doom hoodie on. You're like pointing at me. I was like, yeah.
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 Cha.
Cha. So
Yeah, one time you were blackout drunk. I don't know if you remember this.
is this just going to be, now am I getting hazed?
No.
So
But,
Swayze
well,
hazy?
you actually hazed me. Our buddy got out of the Marines, and I don't know if you remember, he had a little apartment, I think it was on New Street, over by, like, my side of town there. And we were just I think we were day drinking, to be honest.
Yeah, something that,
On his porch.
if you
and
were
like,
day drinking, I was trying to at least be there. If anyone was day drinking.
yeah.
Okay.
Right. We were just
I'm trying to remember who this is and what's going on, but go ahead, keep going.
ATG.
Oh, okay.
This is like not a monumental story, but we were just out on his like patio, his deck, and like out of nowhere, you just got like fucking rage. You're like, you want to fight me? I'm like, what, dude? No.
To you?
Yeah. Oh yeah, to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was
wasn't
like,
making a lot of friends.
yeah. And I was like, what are you talking about, dude? We're just like the 4 of us were just standing there, hanging around. I'm like, what? No, I don't want to fight you. And then, like it was like clearly you were in a zone of like, dude, shut the fuck up. You know, like I'm not. Nobody here wants to fight anybody.
We're chilling.
The 4 of us are just chilling.
Yeah.
Oh, that's common practice.
Yeah, right,
That's a good-
right.
That's a good, yeah, that's good to bring up.
It's a good
'cause
example.
That had happened to me a ton of times. Like,
Right.
this is not like one and done. I had put myself in this situation so many times where, you know, truly now that, you know, I'm not lubed up,
Yeah.
I like definitely think a lot about what I say. Even some of the stuff on here when we're like talking, I'm like, I don't really mean that, or, you
Right.
know, like, because I am free flowing and but like I don't carry like the animosity I think that I used to carry. You know, done a lot of work, therapy.
What do you talk to your therapist about?
Yo, that's private, dude. That's That's a
sure
private
is.
matter.
That's HIPAA.
I ask Spencer sometimes what he's talking about in therapy, which is a crazy.
You
thing
did
to
it
do.
like
One
over, like,
time.
a group chat.
It was
We were
so
having, like, a
funny.
Zoom. Like Brendan was there too.
Yeah.
It was like, what?
Yeah,
Huh,
it
go
was
into
funny.
it.
It was funny.
And I think I really wanted to know.
Yeah, oh,
too.
you
Like,
definitely did.
genuinely was just like, hey, what are you talking about?
And I think
How are you doing?
Spencer and I like immediately we were both like, wait, he's definitely not joking, and like, we were both like, dude, you can't like. It was funny.
So you want to get into that part?
Yeah,
now?
we'll do that right now.
Yeah.
No, we won't.
Okay. All right. I mean, like, so how am I doing though? All right. Am I
Good.
doing better than I was?
Much better.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Saved your life getting sober, so
Yeah.
we wouldn't be doing this podcast. I'll tell you that.
No, there's no way I would
No.
be able to be any type of consistent. Although I have not been as consistent as I would like lately. But I mean,
You've been going through a lot.
light years.
Yeah. Do you think about that? Like what you would be doing right now at 39?
I don't think I would be alive, dude.
Okay.
Honestly,
Probably not.
I just don't think I would be alive because
Fentanyl would have got you.
I think I would have definitely got by fentanyl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At some point.
So you do actively think about like that.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
From time to time, I
and it's
imagine.
a good gratitude practice, I would
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
because it's so easy to see what's wrong in my life currently. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
you could. I think most people kind of can go through and go, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have the other thing.
Right.
And if I really look at it, it's like, no, I have all these things, and where would I be if I didn't stop doing that? I mean, like, nobody wanted to be around me, truthfully. You know what I mean? Like, I was not somebody that people, not just from the freestyle rapping.
No.
Because sometimes it was good.
No, I don't think
It never was.
It was
Right.
good. No, it was good.
was okay.
I was told it was okay.
It was okay.
It was mediocre.
you were all like people. We always wanted to be around you, but there was definitely a point where it was like, for me at least, it was never I didn't want to be around you, but it was like, all right, you knew something was going to change, so like you had to kind of change your approach, meaning me, to be around you. You know what I mean, type of thing.
How you talk to him and shit.
Right. It just hit a different level.
Yeah.
But we still had a lot of fun.
Sure. No, I mean, there was a lot of fun to be had, but like,
Right.
I guess just like that wild card. And now I have people like that in my life, or at least see people, you know, at times that they kind of like, you don't know what you're going to get with them.
Yeah.
I mean, those people are more few and far between. I try to surround myself with people who are solid or at least want to improve their lives, not people who are just like,
Or understanding of your situation too is another thing.
Right.
That some
Yeah.
people just don't get. It's like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
well, yeah, those people I won't really
Yeah.
be around.
Right,
you
right,
know,
right.
it just doesn't make sense for me at this point. But yeah, it's good to get that. Now I can see like, oh my God, like what I put people through. Yes, there was a lot of fun to be had, but like I definitely had like that switch that would flip.
Yeah.
And like you said, like I have plenty of those stories where I'm just, everything's cool, everyone's vibing, but then I'm the guy who's like, what the fuck?
Vibe
why
killer.
why are you looking at me like
Yeah.
that?
Vibe
And
killer.
like nobody's looking at you like that. Like
No.
it was just some deep-seated issues that I had
Yeah, that you-
from growing up that
you
I
didn't
hadn't
know about,
addressed.
yeah.
Didn't know about. Right. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is a little bit more serious of an episode, but you know what? We're serious guys sometimes.
Yeah, we are.
We're human beings.
Yeah, and that's okay.
We're not just here to make you laugh and
No.
giggle.
We're here to. What are we here to do?
We're here to
Have a nice time.
We're here to have a nice time and continue to record our podcast.
Speaking about recording podcasts. Oh, I was gonna get into Face Off.
I think it's time to get into
Yeah.
Face Off.
Yeah.
Face it off, baby.
You want to talk about this?
Yeah. Our next movie is Face Off, and we are gonna the John Travolta,
Nick Cage,
Nick Cage,
John Woo,
directed by John Woo.
banger.
Action classic from 1996, 97.
Yep.
We are going to be watching that, and if you guys want to follow along and watch with us, we will be recapping it on April 15th.
That's when the episode will be released.
That's when the episode will be released. It's my birthday. It's tax day. It's Face Off day.
yeah, April 15th. So,
And Face Off was your pick, one of your picks.
Yeah, I added that to the wheel, so I'm pumped.
and we, oh no, we don't need to spin. I was like, we need to add something and spin the wheel. But
No, we'll do
not
that after. Yeah,
after Face Off is
Yeah.
done. So April 15th, Face Off. Like and subscribe
yep.
on our YouTube. That's our primary source of growth
Viewership.
and viewership that we're shooting for. and leave us a comment. Let
tell
us
your
know
friends.
what you would like to see and hear more of.
Yeah.
This is an evolving podcast.
Yeah, we're trying new shit out.
It's evolution.
Mm-hmm.
It's evolutionary, like the Evolutionary War,
It's a revolution.
Evolutionary War.
which is coming definitely in the fall.
Yeah, probably.
We're gonna have some sort of mayhem. So if you need us to talk more about politics, we will.
We can.
We can. We have opinions.
Must.
We have
might.
brains.
We must. We will.
We can run that down. So yeah, it was good. Good to hang with you guys.
Yeah,
today.
it was good.
And
Good
chat.
up. I had a good, nice time.
Yeah, it was a little different vibe, a little different pace. But
It
you
was
know
good.
what?
Nice to switch it up.
That's who we are, man. I
Yeah.
wanted to give a little background and grateful, that I'm living a
Yeah.
different
Proud of you.
life.
We're all
Yeah.
proud of you.
Proud of you.
Yeah, no, and I honestly, it like feels good to just hear, some of the stuff that
You can say my name.
that B said. It's good to hear some of the stuff that B said because, man, I'm glad I'm not that guy
Yeah.
anymore. I'm
Yeah.
just really, and like truthfully, I remember being like, this dude doesn't like me. In my head that I made up,
Right.
and like you've become somebody that I'm very close to and that I really appreciate.
We
and
text
enjoy.
almost every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we stay in touch, and it's cool, man. Like that is a nice thing to have is people
It is.
people in your life that you could be real with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Very rad. So get some of those people, damn it.
Yeah. Find them.
And
They're out there.
thanks for listening and watching.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.
Care.
Bye.